Hey guys, it's me again, and today I just have a brief ranting as always. But I'd like to address a little bit of the legalists. I normally pick on the post-tribbers. Maybe I'll end up picking on them again at the end of this video, but for now, I'd like to just talk about some legalists that I've ran into on Twitter. Here's the thing, guys. As believers, as the bride of Christ, we are to live holy, for He is holy. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with exhorting one another to live holy lives for the Lord. Okay? We're supposed to. That's it. That's all we have to tell people. Be holy, for He is holy. And at that point, we should just let the Holy Spirit do His job and convict people the way they need to be convicted. And that's it. We just got to remind everybody that we need to live holy. What we don't need to do is start making a list for the things people can and cannot do. You need to stop telling people to not watch certain movies, or they can only listen to a certain type of music, eat certain types of food, celebrate or not celebrate, specific holidays, etc., etc. When you start getting into these things that, this is demonic. Did you know that this fast food chain is owned by some guy who worships Satan or something like that? Yeah, you're starting to get into legalism, and that's a very dangerous place to be. You just don't, because when you do that, you basically made yourself the standard. Yeah, of course, you're going to quote the Bible like you're being biblical, but no. What in reality you're trying to do is, hey, look, this is the stuff I do. This is the stuff I keep myself away from. And if you don't do exactly what I do, then yeah, you're not really a Christian, okay? No, that's really what you're doing. Yes, tell people to be holy, but that's it. Stop there. Remind people that we need to be living godly lives and living for the Lord. But when you start going off on, what kind of music they should be listening to or not listening to, concerts they should or should not be attending, playing video games or not playing video games, then yeah, you're a legalist, and you basically just need to get out of everybody's business. So that's what I want to rant about first. Now, the other thing I want to rant about is something I've talked about before, and that is free will. And, all I'm going to say, guys, well, not all I'm going to say, but I'm going to start out by saying that God is the potter and we are the clay. And the Bible cannot be any more clearer than that. Take that as you will. Stop trying to defend God's integrity and making it seem like it's about Him. When you're really all you're trying to do is trying to defend your own sovereignty. As I've said in the past, I believe in an apparent free will, because everything I do, everything I say, it absolutely feels like it came from me. It originated from me. It feels real. The choices I've made feel real. I feel like that I've made a choice to put my faith in Jesus, and that's great. But I'm not gonna argue till I turn blue that, yeah, it's my free will, it's my free will, it's my free will. God can't do anything about my choice. He has to honor my choice. Otherwise, it's not going to be real love. It's not going to be genuine love. Why are you making it about your love? Like, if you didn't have quote-unquote free will, then your love for God wouldn't be real. I mean, who are you to define what real or what is not real? Okay, and you act like your love is like the most important thing in the universe, that it has to be quote-unquote real. And that's the only thing that matters in this universe, is for your love for God to be like 100% genuine, as though your love was gold. Look, our love is tainted. We're not capable of loving the Lord the way He loves us. Our love is crap. It really is. We're so full of selfish motives, ulterior motives. We can't honestly say that we love God with all our hearts and all our minds and all our soul, because we're just sinners. We live in this corruptible bodies, and until we get redeemed at the rapture, at the resurrection, it's always going to be like that. So my point is, you have free will or not free will. Don't get hung up on it. Stop fighting for it. Okay? Do you think you have free will? Does it feel like you do? Well, if you do, then great. That's it. Stop right there. All I know is the Bible teaches that Jesus is the author and finisher of our faith, and that God is the potter and we are the clay. So I don't know how anybody could argue with that. And people are trying to redefine what predestination means. You know, God knew everything ahead of time. When he created us, did he make seeds with certain traits that could come out in one or several ways, and God had no idea what was going to turn out? Whether it's going to be evil or good, whether it's going to be someone who's going to accept Jesus or someone who's going to reject him. And if God knew beforehand, if you're going to argue, well, you know, God knew beforehand, and if he knew a person was going to reject the cross and end up in hell, then why did he create that person anyway, just for the sake of choice? Just so he can say, oh, look, I'm such a fair guy. I knew this guy is going to end up in hell one day, but I made him anyway because, you know, free will. Free will is everything. You think that guy with quote-unquote free will who ended up in hell is thankful for being created in the first place? You know, Jesus said many times in the Bible, speaking of certain cities or certain people, that it would have been better for that man to have never been born, you know, because of the stuff that, you know, awaits him in hell. So, yeah, stop fighting for your free will. You're only fighting for your sovereignty. You're not defending God. God doesn't need defending. He doesn't answer to anyone. Okay? So, well, you know, now the last thing I want to rant about is the King James only people. Look, King James is a great version. I'm not even going to argue that it's the best version, but it's not the only valid version. When you start arguing that nothing else counts except the King James version, you're just full of it. You're an elitist. You're worshiping the translation. You're not worshiping God. Okay? If you want to get down to it, then yeah, the only thing that really matters is the original Hebrew and whatever language, or the Greek for the New Testament, however that works. So all these King James people, when they argue with you, they'll show you a verse or two and compare the differences between one particular verse in the King James version and another version, and try to illustrate how bad the other version is. But really, they all act like they're scholars, that they studied every word in the King James version and every word in the other versions. In reality, what they're doing is they read some sort of blog from another guy that sounded really interesting and sounded really convincing and makes them sound really smart, and they stick with that blog or that article, and they base everything off of that little article they read, and they all act like scholars, like they understand everything. So, yeah, that's it. So that's my rant. We're still here. Wow, and it's already March. But, you know, things are still beginning to get worse. Birth banks are getting worse. The world is getting worse. So keep looking up, guys. And my arm's getting tired holding up the phone. 8 minutes. I might be holding it a certain way. I'm more tired than usual. So, yeah, keep looking up. Jesus is still coming soon. I still believe we're the generation. Get saved today if you're not. Rapture's going to happen soon. So, yeah, until next time, hopefully there won't be a next time, but we'll see.